From the basements of the beautiful Chrysler building in New York City, where management told us start bringing sweaters because they're shutting off the office heater promptly at 6 due to America's idiotic energy policies. This is the Scammies. I'm your host, Michael Robertson, and each episode I'm trying to make you a little bit smarter so you can spot the scams and the scammers and ultimately keep more of your own money. Ever heard of crowdfunding? It's where the money for a project comes from early customers. It really took off with Kickstarter, where people could pre-buy a product that wasn't yet built. The company would then take the money from pre-sales and build it, maybe. While anyone could buy a fancy blender or an impenetrable bike lock, only the rich could buy actual shares in new companies. And in the 90s and 2000s, digital titans like Google, Amazon, Facebook were making millionaires of many. But since the government only let the rich invest in companies, many got locked out, like the entire middle class. Well, facing enormous pressure, the government changed the rules to allow the non-rich to buy shares in companies. So in 2012, crowdfunding for companies was legalized. There's only some lightweight government rules required now for crowdfunding. A few documents have to be filed with the SEC by the companies seeking crowdfunding, and they'll need to use a funding portal, which is a government registered location where people can buy or sell shares. A few of the popular funding portals are issuance.com, dealmaker.tech, WeFunder, Republic, and StartEngine. StartEngine, a company endorsed by the blunt-talking Shark Tank celebrity Kevin O'Leary, claims to be the leader based on deal volume. The current leading crowdfunding company on StartEngine is called Rentberry. They bill themselves as an Airbnb, but for long-term rentals. Here's their details. They've raised about $12 million and have an impressive 7,000 investors. Let's listen to their CEO describing his company.
The closed loop, rental platform, rental solution, where all of the rental tasks would be done in one place. Kind of very seamless rental experience, kind of 21st century, I would say, rental experience. And our platform is very user-friendly. You can go to the website and you will see, the design and then the colors and usability is just great. It's just amazing. The closed loop, rental platform, rental.
Now, I watched his entire presentation, so you don't have to, and there was a few highlights that I want to share with you. Here's one of them.
Though we have some very amazing results over the past years, and this year specifically, we had some really fabulous growth. As a matter of fact, just recently we crossed 9 million properties on our platform, and this number is staggering in a number of ways. First of all is the technology that we developed. Can you imagine, that much data, that many pictures, that many information, and to be able to store on the platform and to make sure that everything will work correctly.
9 million properties on his platform. Sounds impressive, right? But there's more. Take a listen.
And one of the biggest news that I would like to tell you during this, webinar, essentially conference call, is that we partnered with the Expedia group, and this is huge. I mean, this is a $15 billion company that partnered with us. So they want to use our platform for their properties because, as you know, Expedia Group, again, is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that owns VRBO, HomeAway, those companies and sub-companies, platforms, essentially, that have millions and millions of properties as well, and apartments and things like that. So
he's believable and persuasive. And a partnership with Expedia? Wow, incredible. Are you ready to invest? Wait a second. Before you do, let me point out some concerning points that I saw after I dug a little bit deeper than the promotional video. The first thing I noticed is that they claim to have already raised, before this, $21 million from venture capitalists and angels. And that's before the $12 million that they're raising in the crowdfunding campaign. That puts their total at $34.6 million. But wait a second. their current valuation is just $25 million. That's less than the capital that they've raised. Normally, companies try to create value from the cash that they raise. In this instance, it appears that value is being destroyed, especially for all the early investors. But now let's talk about that partnership with Expedia. Sure sounds impressive, right? But there's no details in the video. I searched the net, nothing, no press release, no mention from Expedia. Nothing except for a tiny mention on their crowdfunding page. And if you look real close, you'll see the mention of the word affiliate. That's right, a simple affiliate program sign up, which is open to everyone. You can go sign up for an affiliate with Expedia today. This appears to be the partnership that they claim Expedia contacted them about. Now, one number that sounds compelling is 9 million. They said 9 million homes on their platform. In other places, they paid to post on the internet. They mentioned an even larger 24 million. It's definitely a big number, but wait a second. It appears what they have is a search engine, which collects listings from other places like Craigslist and Zillow. Those aren't 9 million homes rentable on their platform where the landlords are checking in and people and all the transactions are happening on their platform. Another concerning aspect is the company is more than 7 years old. And there's not a single mention of revenue anywhere. Not in this webinar, not on their funding page. To find that, I had to go look at the SEC documents. Their revenue over the last 6 months was $119,754, about 20 grand a month, which is surprisingly puny for a company that has already raised more than 20 million and is 7 years old. Hey, listen, it takes time to grow a company and it takes time to grow revenue. Some companies are later, but these numbers are shockingly small. Plus, I did find one red flag buried in the corporate filings. Here's the quote. The company acquired an apartment in Kiev, Ukraine for $465,000. They said about it, the current conflict in Ukraine may have a material and negative impact on the value of that property, which may include destruction of the property, rendering it useless due to conflict or the nationalization of the property by a government entity. Now, they can't be faulted for the uncertainty of war, but what they can be faulted for is spending company funds on a $500,000 apartment. This demonstrates irresponsible behavior by management and a lack of oversight by the board. Now, I tried calling their corporate number that's listed on their website and in the SEC documents. I got a message that the number is not in service, so I emailed them, no response. Those are very concerning, and coupled with the paltry revenue after more than 7 years and boastful and misleading claims, leads me to believe that these investors will not see a return from this money. They might as well shovel it, that 30 million, into the boiler behind me. And sadly, this is the leading money raiser on StartEngine. I know there's an application and approval process for StartEngine, and it's probably hard, if not impossible, for them to investigate claims by companies that use their service. Still, this is very disappointing. The information is there, but investors have to look beyond the promotional video. Go look at the SEC filings, go look at their website, watch their webinar videos. Companies like Rentberry give crowdfunding a bad reputation, which is sad because it's a promising trend. I plan on using crowdfunding for my upcoming company, Webinar TV. And if you invest, I promise not to spend a single penny on Ukrainian real estate. That's this episode of the Scammies. Thanks for watching. Click that like button if you want to see more episodes. And click that subscribe button to be the first to be notified of the upcoming award show. Thanks for watching.